Are you a seller? More options equals more control. Today, I have 3 options, and I'll bet you've never heard about option number 3. I think the reason why people are freaking out about this $418 million settlement that the National Association of Realtors has about commissions is because people are really nervous about how they're going to get paid. The National Association of Realtors, they set up this commission plan so it was stupid simple. You, as a seller, would sign a listing contract with an agent who lists your house. Inside of that listing contract, a commission will be paid out to the listing agent. But then the listing agent will then share a portion of that commission with the buyer's agent. In the MLS, where everybody finds houses and where realtors finds house, there's a predetermined commission that will be paid out. It's 2.7% here in Minnesota. Well, now that is being squashed, and that 2.7% now has to be negotiated just like the original listing commission that the listing agent had to negotiate and then share with the buyer's agent. So because things are changing, we know how people are in this world. If things change, they don't like it. And if they don't like it, they get fired up and they get scared. And fear is one of the biggest drivers of people's emotions. So what makes me actually excited about this opportunity and what makes me excited about this change is that I've been changing my perspective on how to be a licensed real estate agent because I don't even look at myself as a licensed real estate agent. I look at myself as a real estate investor who has a real estate license. Well, what does that mean? That means that I can provide way more value to anyone that wants to sell a property. And I do that through 3 different options. Option number 1 is if you want to reach out to me and you want to sell your house just like everybody else sells their house. I have 20 years of experience. I have real estate investing experience. I have designers. I've rehabbed and flipped properties, hundreds of them. I can give you a ton of insight on how to maximize value just to regularly list your house and put it on the market. But I also have a second option. Depending on the situation that you're in, for instance, if you have inherited a house because your mom is going into a nursing home, which we're seeing a lot these days with the boomers, I can help you by just purchasing that house and taking that stress away from you. For instance, I just yesterday talked with someone who she lives in Arizona. Her mom lives in Minnesota. She grew up with her mom in this house in Minnesota, but her mom is now moving to a nursing home. And she's like, what do I do? This house is a mess. There's so much stuff. I'm the only one and I'm left with this big problem and I'm stressed out. And my mom just said, get rid of the house. I don't even care. And option number 2, Tim Murphy can come in and buy the house at a fair price and you can just walk away from the house. You get paid and I deal with the problem. That's option 2. Option 3 is that I partner with you. Now, this is the most creative option that I've come up with over my 20 years of real estate as a value add when I'm a real estate investor acting as a realtor. I have put together, because I flip houses and I do construction, I have a team. I have a construction company with my business partner. I have a designer who's our in-house designer on our team. I have stagers. I have subcontractors coming out my ears that I've created really good relationships with. So when I ask them to do something, it isn't waiting around for a callback. It's, hey, Tim, where do we got to go? Where do we got to be? Let's make it happen. That's a lot different than a realtor who can say, hey, call my painter, call it. No, my painter does work for me every single day. Carpenter does work for me every single day. My designer designs houses every single day for me. When I ask, hey, I need to do this project because I'm partnering up with the seller, we make things happen fast. So what's the difference? The difference is people are freaking out because a lot of times realtors are struggling on how they can create value to the market because so many different levers are being taken away from them. There used to be a book, a magazine that you would get and only the realtor would have the data. Well, now the consumer has all the data they need. So what does the consumer really need a buyer's agent for? And that's what I think agents are stressing about. And I'd say my strategy is I want to help the sellers. And sure, I'll help buyers as well, but I want to help the sellers. And I have 3 options and my value proposition is through the roof.